we're gonna be getting into something great. TheQuartering and TheQuartering and Steven Crowder team up. It's like the Teen Titans. It's like the Power Rangers. It's like the Powerpuff Girls. They've come together to form the perfect union to cry about how the right is being silenced, how the SJW brigade, the cabal, the mob is stopping the right from expressing our voices. I can't talk about anything on YouTube for my 2 million subscriber YouTube channel. You know, they're just gonna start crying about, yeah. And Jeremy with his, what, doesn't Jeremy have almost a 1 million subscriber YouTube channel? These guys are doing fine, all right, but they wanted to cry about. They need something to cry about, and the next thing that they're going to cry about is Leafy being banned. It seems like Crowder is going to try to return to monkey. He, for some reason, is trying to grow out a full beard. This is what no WAP does to a guy. He is falling apart. Wait, if you can find Jeremy's drunk stream where he pisses himself and cries about how his wife won't let him sleep upstairs, please send it to me. I have never watched that. Yeah, he does look really weird with a beard. Like, what's with all these like right wing goons growing beards? You see, like Trump Jr., he's also trying to grow a beard out. Like, what's up with all these dudes growing beards? I don't get it. I feel like Tucker Carlson's going to be next to grow a beard. Yeah, look at him. Yeah, did you see like he was crying? He was like crying. Did you see his eyes? Look at this dude's eyes. He either did a line of coke. This is like at the RNC. My man either did a fat line of coke before he got up on stage, or he was bawling his eyes out about how he'll like rot in jail. Hopefully it's like both. That's the only thing I can believe. But back to Crowder. My man who murdered and taxidermied a bunch of woolly worms, dyed them and stapled them to his face, is going to talk about how I guess the right to being silenced or something. I know this is what they're probably going to go into because these guys are so predictable. But hey, let's hear it. Let's hear it from the horse's mouth. Enough of me.
Our next guest, Jeremy Hambley. You know him on the YouTube as TheQuartering. You can follow him on the Twitter at TheQuartering. Jeremy, thank you for being here, sir.
It's an honor. Real glad to be here. Fan of the show. Glad to be on.
Well, let's curb our expectations here, okay? And you've spoken actually.
Oh, he's fan of the show. Wow, it's really incredible how all these people with all these like anti-SJW political takes always find their way back to a failed comedian, failed artist, right-wing hacks who peddle right-wing talking points for millions of dollars. It's incredible. It's incredible.
Asian lawyer Bill Richmond, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, you know, we've actually I've
super
engaged
cringe.
with him.
The go woke, get woke, go broke, that sign that he bought off of Amazon to put next to his wow 15-year Virgin trophy back here. You know, it's some good stuff.
He told me he was giving me the Crowder price. I thought that was a good thing, but now I'm curious how good it was for me.
Yeah. No, that's the I'm annoyed every time you call price. That's the I have to have a caller ID super screener price. For people who don't, you did a video on this. I know quite a few people have, but you kind of cover these topics quite a bit. So I wanted to have you on. Leafy is someone who was really big on YouTube a while back, and as far as I understand it, he is still banned on YouTube. Correct? And explain to people what the conflict is here.
Yeah, he is still banned, and as a minor update, his second channel was banned. So,
sick, amazing! They're chopping it down, nipping it at the bud. Look at YouTube go.
The generally accepted reasoning is that he had made a series of videos about a particular content creator, and some of them were kind of just clickbaiting her. Some of them were critiquing her directly. All, as he describes himself, in comedy and satire. Apparently, YouTube didn't like that, and so they banned his channel. At the time, he had 0 strikes. To date, he has received 0 communications from YouTube. He received 0 emails. Why his account was banned. Team YouTube has replied to thousands of other requests for information on their official Twitter account, and they've ignored his request, which has something like 70,000 interactions.
And to be clear, Leafy is not a small. Leafy had like 4+ million subscribers.
This is why is he lying? Why is he just lying? He's literally lying. I'm not sure if I can pull this up, but because I don't follow Leafy or anything. Leafy said himself, like when he was talking to Keem, that he got a warning before he got all of his strikes. He got a warning that he needs to stop. and he kept going. Yeah, Weasley Little Lie. Yeah, he got a warning to stop and he kept going. All right. So that's one. All right. Two, YouTube did reply to him. I don't know where this is. He's like, yeah, I haven't gotten anything back from YouTube. YouTube didn't do anything. I can't believe this. And then, wait, did he delete all of his tweets? Leafy just deleted all of his tweets. Wait a second. Wait, look at this. Leafy deleted all of his tweets from back. Wow. Yeah, he deleted all of his tweets just now. Incredible. Incredible. Oh, okay, so all of his tweets are gone. Okay, he's cleaning up shop. Huh. Interesting. Super interesting. Well, oh wait, no. Wait, was that not the right one? Wait a second. Is it? Is this right? Oh, no, he didn't. Okay, wrong account. Sick. By the way, I was joking, just kidding. Can we find this? Let's see if we can find this. Sick. We're just gonna deal with that one real quick. Okay, super interesting. I am both Martin Luther King and Tupac of YouTube. Sick. YouTube is racist. Can we find this? If anybody can find it before me, link it for me. Oh, here it is. Yeah, here it is. Here's YouTube. When was this? The 25th? YouTube replying directly to Leafy after saying that he had no contact with YouTube. Confirming your channel was suspended following repeated violations of our harassment policies. Note, we updated our harassment policy back in 2019. We sent an email Friday at the time of the suspension. We'll DM you for more info. So YouTube sent him an email. And what was his reply? She ain't gonna fuck you, bro. So, okay, sick. So YouTube sent him an email about his suspension. YouTube sent him a warning as well that he said when he was talking to Keemstar. YouTube gave Leafy many opportunities to stop, but he just kept going anyways. So I mean, if that's just like the meme he wants to play, I'm sorry, then he should just suck it up and just like be happy that he speed ran getting banned. I don't know what. There's no issue here.
Yeah. And did gaming? If I'm not super familiar, I know he had the emo cut. That's about what I remember.
Yeah, no chin. People say yeah, as well as some sort of a weak chin. But I don't like Leafy's content wasn't exactly for me. But my interest in it is simply the naked exposure of
Leafy's content wasn't anybody who had more than 5 brain cells working at a single point in time. It was not good. But I didn't want him banned for like it not being good. I'm not even necessarily sure if I wanted him banned. I'm kind of indifferent to him. And just him being banned, it seemed like he went against all of YouTube's policy. YouTube gave him a warning to stop. He didn't, and then he got banned. It seems pretty clear cut what happened here. It's not like, but they're gonna paint him to be some sort of free speech martyr on YouTube.
YouTube's community guideline strikes meaning nothing.
Yeah.
He had, in my opinion, strikes should be things that are issued as to give corrective action.
Right.
If you're going to issue all 3 at once,
yeah,
and you're basically just going to have a public execution, what is the point for other content creators to rely on the system?
Right. Yeah. What's the point to a warning if it's like, hey, I fired a warning shot and he's dead? Well, he fired a warning shot and then 9 times straight to the sternum. Well, it seems like the warning shot was kind of incidental at that point, Charles.
No, they sent him a warning. Like before any of this happened, they sent him a warning. Okay? And he decided to like keep all the videos up and not do anything. They said, we reviewed these videos. They went against our guidelines. What are you doing? He said, huh, interesting. That's crazy. They sent me that. Anyways, and then he got banned. I don't get it. I really don't. These people live in a fantasy world. They honestly do. I'm gonna look like I'm stressing. I'm gonna get gray hairs by the time I'm 23, dude, by going over these videos. I'm gonna look like Obama super quickly. Can you permaban trolls? I mean, no. Give them a timeout, and if they're that bad, I'll ban them myself for right now. So yeah, I don't know, dude. I just can't get it. And I mean, sure you can. I mean, a community guideline strike, like these strikes are like pretty severe if you have no clue what you're doing on YouTube. Like, let's take this for 1 second, okay? Because I post on YouTube. If I've been posting a lot of videos on YouTube and YouTube gives me a warning that these like 20 videos have been flagged for violating the guidelines, and they give me a warning, and I keep them up and don't do anything and even keep posting those same videos, and then I get banned, is that really on YouTube's fault for not issuing me a corrective warning? Well, when are these guys going to take some personal responsibility and actually come to grips with their actions, and then just like actually be able to follow the TOS? If you want to be on YouTube, follow the TOS. It really isn't that restrictive. It honestly isn't. It's not that bad. People like David Duke and Jared Taylor and Stefan Molyneux and who's the other guy? I'm thinking of him. He was like the Richard Spencer. These guys were able to have YouTube channels for years. Literal Nazis and white supremacists. Years. If you, as an edgy cream lord, if you can't keep a YouTube channel, you're just stupid. You're just stupid. And if you don't care to look through the TOS of the platform that you're making your income on, then I take some personal responsibility, dog. I'm sorry. I can't help you. I honestly can't.
Let me ask, what's the general reaction from, again, for people who don't know, this wasn't political. This is just, it's not consistent with YouTube's guidelines. And by the way, I'm sorry that those guidelines have gotten more stringent. Guilty. Apologies. I didn't intend for it to be the case.
Oh, yeah. Also, Logan Paul, Stephen Crowder, David Duke, Richard Spencer, all these people helped stricten the guidelines on YouTube. So, and Leafy, if you want to get mad at anybody, get mad at these people for the guidelines being as tight as they are right now. So congratulations.
But in my case, right, we had criticized Vox many times, and not just specific people at Vox. We criticized multiple different people and multiple different channels from Vox, or different series on their channel. And obviously some individuals got upset, and YouTube acknowledged that this was, by and large, it was a criticism of Vox's ideas. And yeah, listen, ad hominem sometimes because it's funny. I mean, you just said weak chin, and I see this as a man who grew a beard to hide my own very weak chin. If I drool, it goes straight down into my chest Ashburn. So, but here's my question: is the issue is obviously inconsistent application.
Wait, that's how he's going to describe it? Him, like, he made like a bunch of videos about Carlos Maza specifically. It was a specific person who called him like a gay wonk. Like, look at this gay wonk. Look at this gay guy. And then he made a shirt that said "Socialism is for figs." While he was like, okay, I don't know. All right, I just criticizing random people at Vox, and YouTube got really mad about it. Okay.
Of guidelines, and there's no real use to them if they aren't something that people understand.
That's sad.
What I find really upsetting is when you get big YouTubers, and I don't want to throw you under the bus, but people like H3H3 or before, Philip DeFranco, people who are these big YouTubers out there who go, well, I'm either happy about this or what do you guys think? And they don't take a stand. Right. You see that all the time. Like, I don't know, what do you taken? Yeah. What do you beautiful bastards think? I don't know. Do you have an opinion? Because they're coming for you next.
What do you think?
What has the reaction been from YouTube and people online in general? Has it been large?
See, I see this like line of reasoning. You can find it. Yes, sucks. I've seen this like line of reasoning. It just doesn't make any sense. It really doesn't. YouTube's not gonna. I'm gonna say this again. YouTube's not gonna come for me. I'm perfectly fine. YouTube isn't gonna come down on me. YouTube isn't gonna crack down on me. There's nothing that I say that will ever go against TOS. I'm usually pretty careful with what I say. I won't be caught up in the trap like these guys will. These guys are they're always so close to harassment. They're always so close to targeted threats. They're always so close to these certain things because of their personal ideology. I'm on this other side. The closest thing that I could get to TOS is like supporting people putting guillotines outside of Jeff Bezos's house, which I disavow. That's the closest thing that I can get to with being nice to TOS, close to TOS. Okay, it's not gonna happen to me. They're not coming for me. They're coming for you guys, not for me, because of this isn't some like Nazi a crackdown. Okay, they're just trying to make sure that their investors are fine. They're just following the money. That's it, and it's going in the direction of not being racist. I'm sorry. I'm sorry this hurts your bottom line so much, good sir.
Positive because I know this person was disliked, or do these people also understand that even if they dislike somebody, it still doesn't set a good precedent for this person to be permabanned?
Well, so just first and foremost, I think you already know, or some of your viewers, we do share them. My opinion is that it's 100% grade A BS. And whether or not you like this content is irrelevant to me. I think that most people in the know have had this kind of a take. Some of his content is difficult to defend. There were definitely terms of service breaking things in some of his videos, and I've covered that. And he's definitely deserved a strike or two for some of that stuff.
Strike or 2 or 3 or 4. Like, he dropped like 12 videos with at least Pokemon in the thumbnail and the title. And if you believe that all 12 of those videos were talking about Pokemon, then that would come down into a harassment campaign. And if all 12 of those videos weren't talking about Pokemon, then almost all of them would come down into false and misleading thumbnails and titles, which means that he's lying about, because he's like, actually, in a couple of those videos, I was just talking about personal finance. Like, if that's the case, dude, then you're just lying. Then you're clickbaiting, which is also against Twitch, YouTube TOS. And with that, no matter how you cut it, my man was going to get at least like 7 strikes for all the videos that he put up. So I don't know, dude.
But what's really disgusting is some of these large creators, like you've mentioned, and I'll go a step further because I'm on your platform and I won't suffer as much as you. A creator like H3H3 openly celebrating it.
Yeah,
right.
That is the stuff that I cannot stand. It is one of the most, there's that saying, right? They came for whatever, and then I said nothing, and I said nothing, and then when they came for me, there was no one left.
Right.
There is another YouTuber who is subject of a serious amount of cancel culture, and he put out a tweet basically like, well, nothing of value was lost. Now, I won't say that
freedom.
Leafy, yeah, I won't say that Leafy was necessarily a victim of cancel culture, but it did spin up after he was terminated.
Yeah,
a lot of people jumping on the, well, I've been, before he lost his platform, I hadn't said anything. But now that he's gone, I've been against his clear harassment for years.
Yeah.
I hated him before it was cool.
Yeah.
Right, yeah. And that's coming from some of the large creators. And it's difficult because as someone who supports alt tech, you support as well. I see you have a BitChute account, which is good for you. But these creators don't see an alternative, and they don't see the big picture.
I think I found it too. We could watch this in a second. Wait, actually, can we watch it? I don't know. I don't want to get banned, but also it is really funny.
And they don't see that what they'll say down the road or an old joke they made will come back to get them the second people want it to. And it's such, it's such a hypocritical position to take. So I think the overall position, is that most people understand it's a bad thing. There are a few people with very
the cancel culture. I can't talk. The cancel culture thing. It just gives me. I'm dying. I'm literally dying, dude. The right does the most amount of cancel culture ever. Ever. Like, you say something, dude, you'll say something bad about Trump, they're coming for your neck. All right, it's happening. I'm saying right now, digging back 15 years into like a 25-year-old's tweets, not that good. If I'm criticizing Tucker Carlson and Tuck said something back in like 2009 that was like super racist, I think I can reasonably still hold that to him. At least a reasonable amount, okay? Because he was at like CNN back then. He was still a massive public figure, and he's now the biggest talking head in the world. For this sort of stuff, I think I can hold, those sorts of things to him, and stuff like back in 2010 or like 2015. I'm pretty sure I can hold that sort of stuff back to him. Also, Tucker's like coming up on 50. I'm sorry, but I really don't think there's that much of a difference between like a 45. My bad, like a 35 and a 42-year-old. There's not that much of difference. I don't think there's a massive political change in there, especially when he makes his money off of holding the political views he does.
Takes usually people that he's made fun of. Quite honestly, it's nakedly. It's like a total obvious hypocrisy. So, in general, I think people are against it.
Yeah, and I have and we're going to go to a web extended at loudandcloud.com/mugclub here really quickly for people who are watching on YouTube, because sometimes we can't discuss everything on YouTube. Yeah. But I'm someone who was a victim of this myself, by the way, in that the Young Turks, when I had like 50,000 subscribers, the reason people say, well, why do you have such an axe to grind with them? I don't anymore, because it would be bullying, it would be like punching down. But when I was coming up, they targeted me when I was a small channel, and I never wanted them to be banned. I just wanted to be able to have a debate. I wanted to be able to have my content be just as publicly available as theirs. So I have been the victim of targeted campaigns, both from people who were bullying when I was small and cancel culture, and I don't advocate for any of those people to be banned. We've had people on the show that I disagree with who've been banned, and I don't advocate for it. So someone like an H3H3, who I saw, and I've seen Philip DeFranco, I've seen a few people in the past
he has people on his show where he completely controls the flow of information at all points in time. Super sick. Bah, sick. You ever wonder why Steven Crowder never tells you where his never lets anybody know where his change my mind stands are coming up? He holds those like as a super secret. You know, he uploads them like 1, 2, 3 weeks after they happen because he doesn't want people to find out where he was or where he's going next. It's like he wants to keep them a secret so he can only find random unprepared people on the street to throw his dialogue tree at and get them to agree with what he says because he caught them as they were walking their dog to the local dog park, you know? So that's the sort of debate that Steven Crowder likes to have. And TheQuartering over here, he just look up his debate with Destiny. I think that's about all I have to say about that one. So TheQuartering and Crowder, I'm about tired of looking at their faces. I'm sorry, dude. They're not coming for me. But you're always gonna be on the chopping block because of the things that you say. I mean, that's unfortunate, but I mean, it's not like it's gonna change anytime soon. We all know that.